He's been amazing. He's taking the challenges, one-on-one defense. Being able to be physical, use his length, just make guys work. You had a pretty good run, these last 3 games with Kawhi and PG and Pascal Siakam, the whole lineup basically. We were switching a lot of things tonight. So him and Kelly have been amazing in terms of using their length and inside out, giving their presence and taking on that responsibility, and it's been awesome.
Steph, when the season started, did you think that you guys could win a game in which you shot 2 of 16?
Well, I never thought I'd go 2 of 16, so I never even thought about that.
How much confidence does it give you that you found a way to win, even though you went 2 for 16?
It means obviously we're moving in the right direction. And my offense is, I expect it to be there every night. And, obviously with how teams are defending, night to night, being able to figure that out. But in terms of us just having confidence across the board, no matter who's out there on the floor, I like where we're at right now in terms of, guys stepping up, us staying within ourselves, finding, different ways to execute on that end of the floor. But we don't win a game like this. Forget my shooting. We don't forget a game like this, or we don't win a game like this, without our defense taking strides in the right direction. We all understood that tonight, and definitely, that won us the game with how ugly that second half was on the offensive end.
Steph, was that the most aggressive team? Thanks. Was that the most aggressive team has been against you defensively, and do you anticipate seeing more of that?
No, but they have a personnel that they can switch a lot, and they have length and speed that even different in the Clippers, just finding ways to try to clog driving lanes and get guys outside the 3-point line. I missed some easy ones throughout the game, but they did a great job, setting bodies. And like I said, it's a step in the right direction when, I can get that much attention and, other guys can knock down shots and be aggressive and find their lanes and their opportunities. And, we don't really miss a beat. So it's a really good sign for us.
Well, hi, Steph. Carlos Ramirez, NBC Bay Area Telemundo. What does Fred VanVleet do on defense that the untrained eye wouldn't see on a TV screen? What does he do that's so tough on defense?
I mean, he's just solid, but they have a scheme that he knows he can be aggressive because there's going to be somebody behind him and, another guy, pulling in. And like I said, they have pretty good speed and length across the board. So he knows he can be aggressive on the ball, try to stay body tight. Different scenarios that would work to my advantage. But if you have, a bunch of guys locked in, then, it makes a difference. But again, I think besides a couple missed shots and, whatnot, we got the ball moving pretty well, especially in the first half. And it made them pay for, their aggressiveness. And then the second half, it kind of slowed down a little bit. They got started pressuring and doing a lot of things that kind of made us rush a little bit, but we kind of withstood it. And obviously, you got to take a win, no matter how you can get it.
Is this team getting...
All right, we all know Steph Curry didn't shoot the ball well tonight, but he did drop dimes. We'll break down his passing coming up here on Warriors Post Game Live, presented by Toyota.
Warriors Post Game Live is presented by Toyota. Wouldn't it be nice to drive the most trusted brand in California? Take a test drive at your local dealer today.
Team, Toronto is one of the toughest teams in the league to guard. They scored 144 2 nights ago in Sacramento, and we held them to 105 points. So I'm really proud of the group. They've over. Last 10 days or so, they've established that they're going to be an excellent defensive team, and we can still get better. I liked tonight. I mean, the result couldn't have been any better in terms of winning, but learning a lot of valuable lessons. They really took it to us in the fourth. We didn't handle their pressure very well. We didn't execute very well. And those are all things that now we have on tape to see, where we can make some improvements, and yet we were still able to come away with a win. So it was a scary one, but we feel good about walking out of here with a win against a championship caliber team. I mean, we know these guys, and they've been there before. They're tough. Don't pay attention to their record. That's going to be a good team in the East.
How specifically is Andrew Wiggins contributing to you guys being a good defensive team?
Just using his length and his athleticism and his anticipation. And, as I've told you guys many times, we now have someone we can put on the opposing team's best player. Whether it's Pascal Siakam or LeBron or Kawhi or Paul George, the ability to put Andrew on those types of players, to use his size and athleticism, it's really the key to our current roster construction. We didn't have that ability last year. Now we've got the ability to guard on the perimeter and guard those wings, so we can be good defensively. We can be a good team.
Did you put
to get two 20?
Wes, go ahead.
Did you end up putting Wiggins on Kyle Lowry at one point in the fourth quarter, or did he just sort of end up on Kyle based on just rotation?
No, we put him on him a couple times during the game. We tried to move the matchups around a little bit, but that's the beauty of Andrew, and also Kelly. Kelly spent most of the night on Lowry and Van Vliet guarding the smaller guys. But the addition of Wiggs and Kelly has changed everything for defensively. It's allowed us to compete every night at that end. And if you can't do that, you can't win in this league.
Steve, obviously an abnormal shooting night for Steph tonight. But when you look at, how he looks, the scratches on his arms, the blood on his jersey, right? A lot of teams are applying a lot of physical force on him. How much has that had to do, or how much did that have to do with his, shooting woes tonight, you think?
Well, I thought Toronto did a fantastic job on Steph, and they played a great defensive game themselves. I thought we handled that pressure very well for 3 quarters. And even you look at the stat sheet, we ended up with 30 assists and 15 turnovers. That's a really good ratio. And for most of the game, we were able to take advantage of that pressure on Steph, that attention they were paying to him. But the fourth quarter, they really turned it up and took us out of rhythm, and we weren't able to get much. But I give a lot of credit to Kyle Lowry and Van Vliet and Siakam. I mean, this is a championship bunch. So what happened in the fourth didn't surprise me. Lowry changed the game with his ability to get to the line, which he's been doing for years. And their defense really kicked in. So they played a hell of a fourth, and they obviously were an in and out shot away from winning the game.